Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. In today's video, I am sharing with you the first update to my 2025 project pan. If you missed the intro, I will link it up in the eye so that you can see what goals that I've set, why I've put certain things in, what I'm hoping to achieve. But if you're all caught up with that, let's just get into seeing what progress I made during the first month of this project. Starting off with my Guerlain Primer, I felt that I used this quite a lot, but in terms of the grammage, this went from 29 grams at the introduction to 26 grams. Theoretically, if we say there's a certain allowance obviously for packaging within that weight, 3 grams a month would definitely mean that I would finish the actual product within the 10 months of this project. So I mean, I shouldn't really complain, but I definitely thought I'd used a little bit more than that. But anyway, I've been enjoying using it. I think it's a really nice primer. It's discontinued though, so really we're just focusing on getting it used up in this project. Next item that I will update you on is my blush. So I have set a goal, I want to use this 100 times within this project, and during the first month I used it 9 times. Now obviously, because I was a little bit late doing the introduction for this, I have a 10-month project rather than a full year project here. So if the goal is to use it 100 times over the course of the project, I am aiming for 10 uses a month. So I have fallen just 1 use short of this. I'm sure I'll be able to catch that up without too many problems. I don't want to open this because I'm actually now really late filming. This bit I filmed the cutaways in plenty of time, but this bit here is quite late. So we're actually near enough at time for me to film the next round of cutaways, so I don't want to open the palette and show it to you, but there was pan in this to start with, and I think really the difference those first 9 uses have made between the introduction and update 1 is to have really cleaned off the bit of pan that was showing. So I think that's really a very clean sweep now, and hopefully in the future updates we'll see that little chunk of what product is there begin to diminish. Now, I have a theory that if I use the blush 9 times, I should have also used this highlight 9 times because I've basically been using them in conjunction with each other. However, I have not marked it, so unless I marked it, it doesn't count. So the highlight, again, the goal is 100 uses, 10 uses per update theoretically. I actually only managed 8 between the introduction and update number 1. No real visual change, which I wasn't particularly expecting to have this early in the project. Obviously this is more or less brand new, it's been pretty untouched in my collection, so I'm not really seeing a huge difference, but I'm not really expecting that we'll see a huge difference with this product until maybe about halfway through. What I am doing now is this one here at the end, is I am trying to concentrate from this edge. So I'm hoping that if I concentrate on this edge, we will see pan within the 100 uses, but I'm not sure how quickly that'll come. So not really much visual change in the highlight yet, but I wasn't expecting a brand new product to change within 8 uses, let's be realistic. The next item is my lip gloss. I did bring this down just a little bit, so yeah, this one I need to step up the use on, and I'm going to be honest, in terms of a spoiler for update 2, as I said, I'm so close to, we're about a week away from filming the cutaways for update 2, and I have barely touched this, so this is definitely one that I need to make more of an effort for. Maybe like I'll reach for this more going into like the better weather, into the summery months, because it is really pretty and I do enjoy it, but it's just, I think because I have it in a pot, so that I can keep it upright so that hopefully we can see the product going down. It's not in with my other products, I'm not seeing it as often, so I'm not just reaching for it in the way that I really need to be if I want to try and finish this within the project, which I am hoping to do. So definitely one that I need to step my game up a little bit on. Got a good reduction on my perfume, so I am putting this on the side just to make it kind of go that little bit quicker in terms of the marks, because obviously this is such a wide bottle that it would go really slowly going down. But even on the side, it's right now at its widest point, so although it's not a huge jump, I do feel like it's actually quite a good chunk of perfume. And if I was to use the equivalent amount as I've used between the intro and by this update every single month, I would definitely be finished this within the year. Again, because we are so close now to filming update 2, I've kind of been not reaching for this as much because I didn't want to have any sort of dramatic difference between me holding it up in this video to show you and where the actual usage was sitting. So I feel like update 2 is going to be a much smaller jump, but hopefully then we'll get into the swing of it and we will get this finished up. It's Guerlain Shalimar, if you don't recognise the iconic bottle. Absolutely beautiful perfume. Really love it. So I'm enjoying using it and I don't see any problems in getting a bit more use as long as I get a bit more snappy about getting this bit of the videos filmed around the time that the cutaways are filmed and not so many weeks later, and then delaying use on things so that I don't visually change them too much between the cutaways and the chatty bit of the video being filmed. I have one hair product in this project and it's this from Orbet. It's their Super Shine Moisturising Cream. This is a product that I am weighing. This was 61 grams at the introduction and I've got it down to 54 grams. So I am quite pleased with that because theoretically, again, if I was to say use a tenth per month, it would be 6 grams a month I'd want to bring this down by, and I brought it down by 7 grams. However, what I would say is I'm not sure that I really like this. So this is a product I hadn't really used before putting it in the project. I feel like I don't absolutely hate it, so I am probably going to use it up. But I just feel like I'm not loving my hair at the moment. It doesn't feel great. And if you watched my empties video, which went up last week for my Q1 empties, I have finished my heat protection. Because I do have so many of these sort of blow dry balm products to use, I am trying to not replace that until I've used up some of these. But yeah, I think although this theoretically does offer a little bit of protection to the hair, I don't think it's enough to replace my heat protection, so I think I am going to need to repurchase that. I don't think this is as good as my hair oil is in terms of the ends. Like, I feel like for the moisturising, the ends of my hair really aren't looking great at the moment. I will say this does coincide with, I did get some highlights put through my hair, so I've got a bit of blonde in it just because I wanted to give it a little bit more of a sort of multi-dimensional finish. And I actually really like the look of it. I think it breaks the colour up a bit. It looks like a lot more natural and a lot more interesting. So I'm really liking that colour, but it may well be that the blonde is what's affecting the condition of my hair. I'm not 100% sure if it's that or if it's this. But yeah, I just don't feel this is cutting it. It's not as much protection as a proper heat protectant would be. Although it's moisturising, I don't feel that it's giving quite as much nourishment as an oil would do. So not particularly loving this, but I would like to finish it up, so we'll stick with it for now. Another one that I think you'll be able to see by the next update is not going to change very much is my hand cream. So this is where it is between the introduction and update 1. I feel like we got quite a good use, but I've barely touched it since then. For the first update, which is what this one is, we did get a good bit of use. So if I was to use that much every month, we would definitely be finished this within the project. Obviously, I'm not going to get that kind of use by the next update because it's, as they say, about a week away. So yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing quite as much as a jump for the next update, but then hopefully I will take the lesson, as I said, and I will pick this up and get a bit more use. So I'm hoping to still finish this within the project. My eye cream, so because this is a retinol eye cream, I'm not using it like every night or anything like that. But I did still get quite a good reduction. Again, another one that I really haven't touched between the update 1 and filming this because I didn't want to change it too much. So I feel like update 2, this will not be a very exciting update to see, but I have really liked this eye cream. It doesn't irritate my eyes, which is a bit of a miracle because everything is irritating my eyes at the moment. I think I'm going to need to go through and do a bit of a skincare declutter, so I will film that as and when I do it and I will share that with you. But I feel like I've got so many eye creams right now, but none of them are ones that I can use consistently. They're all things that kind of sensitise my eyes a little bit, or the skin around my eyes rather than my eyes themselves. And you know, I can use it kind of once but if I was to use it like 2 or 3 days in a row, the skin will be like really raw and sometimes a bit cracked. So I definitely need to do a bit of decluttering and actually assess, do I have an eye cream that I can just use without irritating my eyes? But funnily enough, this one, no irritation, but I am just wary of using a retinol every night. It's not something I'd be starting to do, so I will hopefully use this through until it's finished, which I would like to do this year, but yeah, it's not going to be an every night eye cream for me. So I am pleased with the progress that I made between the introduction and update 1. The penultimate product is my Origins Original Skin Mask. It's one that I really like but I never think to reach for, which is why I put it in this project. However, I have managed to reach for it a couple of times because I put it in the project. I made the point of it, which obviously is the point of putting it in, so yay for Project Pan working. At the introduction this weighed 56 grams, and for update number 1 I have got this down to 49 grams. So again, if we were to go with say 10%, which would be 5.6 grams, so let's round up to saying 6 grams a month for this, I would definitely I've passed that. I've used 7 grams up between the introduction and update number 1, so I am very happy with that. And yeah, I'm hoping to get this finished. I'm actually hoping this might be finished quite quickly. Although the grammage sounds quite high, I feel like there's actually not a huge amount of product left in there. The packaging's obviously contributing a reasonable amount of that grammage, so we shall see. I'm not saying by like update 2 or even update 3, but I'm thinking like update 4 or 5 this might be finished. And last but not least, I have got my Sculpted by Amy Hydra Body Moisturising Cream. Love the smell and the texture of this lotion. Hate the packaging. Like, this is so firm. It's really difficult to squeeze. It's really difficult to get the product out. So because of that, I was never reaching for it, which is why I put it into the project. And yeah, I brought this down by a good chunk. So this started at 210 grams. And by update number 1, I got this down to 159 grams. So really pleased with that reduction. 50 grams essentially that I've reduced that by. I think I really sort of hit it with wild abandon during the first update. But basically, if I was to do sort of 50 grams a month on this, theoretically, this would be done by update 5. So we'll see. We'll see if that's realistic or not. I don't know 100% if it is. But yeah, it is a beautiful body lotion. I just hate the packaging, unfortunately. But anyway, that is everything to share with you for this first update for my 2025 Project Pan. So thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!